What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We in the Fight Club. We finna talk Lomachenko, Haney, Chantelle Cameron versus Taylor, and recap some of the most blasphemous bullshit of reffing we've seen in a while and sport of boxing that happened this weekend with Rolly versus Ishmael. As always, these are your hosts. I'm Paul, Pick a Win Contra, and I'm joined with
What's going on, boys? It's your man, Marcus Pine Time Penley. We got a big one this week.
And you already know it's your Kev. I'm watching Devin Haney highlights as we speak. So, boy, you feel me? And, bruh, it's a great fucking weekend of fighting. Don't you love this? Is the first week this is the first weekend I think I'm actually going to spend the entire weekend watching boxing because I don't know what the fuck else is going on. I might watch a little NBA playoffs, but now we watching boxing and then we're waking up and watching the highlights. It's about to be a fucking banger. Before we get into any of this shit, how the fuck did I check Twitter and this nigga Rolly is a world champion?
Oh, man, bro. Hands down, the worst call I've ever seen or worst stoppage I've ever seen in my life, bro. And that shit was crazy. Not a fight being stopped without one punch being landed. Damn, y'all look like twins.
Oh, that was kind of cool. I gotta save. We gotta save that and make that a gift.
Hey, y'all look like twins doing that shit. But man, bro, that shit was crazy. You gotta pull up the ref's name, bro. I don't know why I'm forgetting his name. He's a legendary ref, though.
Ishmael Barros.
Legendary.
Oh, the referee? I'll be back.
Yeah.
Legendary shit.
But and then like the 40-year-old man, the boy was putting it on Rolly. Like Rolly was having trouble. He was able to drop Rolly. And then I feel like the stoppage that the knockdown that Rolly got, dude like pushed him with his right hand. And like you could see him kind of like follow through and like kind of shove him, which shouldn't have been a knockdown. But man, that stoppage was crazy, bro.
Tony Weeks is the fucking referee that made this stoppage.
Tony
the
Weeks.
Same referee that had that I think was it the Gabriel Rosado fight again, where he just let him fucking almost die. Like he's had a few where he allows people to just get bloodied up, battered, and just like, hey, you still got a pulse, buddy. He allows that shit. So for him to step in on this Rolly fight the way he did, but I don't know.
So
but all three judges had Barroso winning. Like one of them had him winning by like 5 rounds already. But he cracked him, dropped him, and then like it wasn't like he was getting hurt. So it was like he was about to scoot his way to a decision. If not, maybe knock out Rolly. Who knows? But like he was really like on his way at 40 years old to be a world champion.
And they hold my dog. That's crazy. I'm just dead that this ref is known for his. I feel like somebody really got on his ass after the last fight, and he pulled a Herb Dean and said, "He said, oh, you guys go, all right, say less."
Some boy have money on Rolly. Fuck that.
But they were saying, bro, the fixed Mario was in because Barroso was like a plus 900 underdog. Like maybe Vegas would have went broke if Homeboy would have won because he was a massive underdog, bro, and he was whooping so. So like I'm not one of them, but they like to say boxing's corrupt and shit. This was not a good look.
Boxing is corrupt.
It quite is. I think it's probably one of the most corrupt, but behind FIFA.
And then he goes
behind what?
Who?
You said FIFA? Behind what?
It's the most corrupt behind FIFA.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
But then he calls out Tank and Ryan Garcia, and he says, "Yeah, Ryan Garcia." And people really are saying that it was probably the fix was in for Rolly to win, so they can make the Garcia Rolly fight, which will probably do some numbers, and then to give Garcia an easy championship at 140. Like that's just the.
I could actually see that happening for real.
That boxer was like, "Yo, my kids are in private school." Nah, that ref was like, "Yo, my kids are in private school. I gotta do it. He probably waiting the whole fight. And that was the only time Rolly kind of made it. Like he was like, "This is getting too close." They told me I had to get this done. What was it? The 6th round that they did this shit?
I believe so. Oh no, I think it was the 8th round.
They said the under is 7. They said the under is 7. I don't know if I'm gonna get a better chance than this because this guy sucks. And he stopped the fight. Got his kids got trust funds for college.
crazy because, bro, I actually kind of want to see Ryan Garcia versus Rolly. I think that was actually interesting fight.
That's gonna be a cringy ass press conference.
Tony Weeks stopped the fight probably because it's Showtime PBC. He probably thought nobody was watching. Little did he know that there wasn't much else going on, man. So, and this ain't no. I mean, it is a shot at PBC. I don't know if y'all know, but this only did like 200K or some shit, way less than the numbers they were hoping for. And the Showtime executives were there watching the fight to determine if it's enough to keep it around, and they weren't too pleased. And they're thinking Showtime PBC boxing maybe like that we might not have it no more. We'll see. But that was another thing that came out of this.
PBC isn't on Fox?
Nah, they can be, but I think they'd be having a deal with Showtime.
Yeah, it's like
that's crazy.
Showtime.
I feel like when I was watching them and Wilder, the boys was on Fox and shit. Like Wilder and when Wilder was doing this thing with PBC.
They have been on Fox because Caleb Plant used to fight on Fox too.
Here it is right here. According to Rick Glazier, the Romero versus Barroso flops miserably and fails to meet the numbers that that would be conducive to Paramount executives reinvesting in the program. With consistently poor viewership numbers, Showtime executives won't renew the PBC's contract at the end of 2024. It could be doomsday for Showtime boxing.
Oh, fuck.
That's what happens when you put a grandpa.
What's going on, Al?
He starts cracking shit.
That's what happens when a grandpa starts cracking.
That's what
that boy fucks up all of Showtime. That's crazy. That boy Al Heyman too focused on fucking not making fights.
Not making fights.
But
He's gonna be in a wreck right now, seeing all these big fights being made. He's like, bro, what the fuck is going on? This is not what we do.
What Showtime might be getting to ask Rolly is a world champion I don't know, but I wouldn't be shocked if that shit gets appealed. But
yeah, I feel like I wonder if you can contest that.
Do you even celebrate? Like, if you're Rolly, like, do you go to the crib? Like, damn, I'm world champion.
Fucking Rolly, bro.
You might.
I'm fucking world champion. That's how he's fucking rocking right now, bro.
Right.
His post conference or his interview, that shit was funny as fuck, bro. The way he sounded.
What he said?
Nah, man, just his voice.
Oh,
that's how he talks, bro. World champion.
And it'd be like serious moments too.
Nah,
it's almost like Anderson Silva. It's the equivalent of like someone doing some badass and then they hand the mic to Anderson Silva and you hear his voice. It's just like, what the fuck? Enough of the Showtime bullshit. Let's get into this Top Rank event. Top Rank knows how to put on a card, put on a show from top to bottom. Devin Haney versus Lomachenko. Of course, we know I gotta save that for last. We're gonna shout out some of the prospects on the card. Abdullah Mason, Nico Ali Wash. Pretty sure we talked to him a couple of times, haven't we?
We tried to talk to him like at least 5 times for real, maybe more.
That's the Muhammad Ali grandson, dude.
Yeah, he's up there with the Keyshawn, man. Like we've taught them boys so much.
Yeah, we talked, bro, like at least 3 or 4 times. Well, at least two times with me.
Yeah, undefeated, 8-0, 7-0. Both of them, I mean, they're just the truth. If y'all haven't been put on game yet, like go watch this undercard. Top Rank does a great job of putting great prospects on big fights like this. Then my boy Junto Nakatani, he's defending his WBO World Flyweight Championship against Andrew Maloney, one half of the Maloney brothers that are like one of England's best flyweight fighters. Has a couple both his losses are actually to Joshua Franco, Bam's brother. So and not a bad. He's 24-2, so like that's not a bad loss to have. But I just think Junko Nakatani, I think, is the only fighter at 115 that can really knock off Bam. And like, if y'all tune in for that fight, if y'all haven't been put on game yet with Junto Nakatani, because he has been kind of sheltered over there in Japan. He's fought like Yamaguchi and like other Japanese great fighters, but he's gonna be in England for this fight. So I think I don't know if it's his first fight off the soil, but I think he's ready.
Perhaps. No, I think that's gonna be an interesting fight or entertaining fight.
I feel like I have a lot of respect for Japanese boxing. So like, in a way, it's kind of put me like, I got to see what Nakatani talking about because he's only one weight class up from anyway, or is he
No,
one weight
below.
class
No,
down?
115. He's a little below anyway.
He gonna chill down there. He better chill out.
He's gonna chill down there.
He's gonna wait. He's gonna weather the storm. Then
Yeah, you go.
our co-main event, Oscar Valdez, coming off his loss to Shakur Stevenson. Not a bad loss. Former champion in his
This
own.
his first fight since then?
Yeah. Oh, is it? I'll go double check. I know. Yeah, because he was supposed to fight Navarte, but that fight got canceled. So now he's fighting on this co-main event.
Oh yeah, that was supposed to be a good fight.
Is this the dude that they were taking forever to bring everybody out? Like at one point, Shakir fell asleep, damn near in the motherfucking waiting for the fight, or is this a Shakur fight before that?
It was probably that one because we've only talked, I think, one Shakur. Oh no, because Shakur was the because this was Shakur's last fight. This is the fight where Shakur didn't make weight, I believe, right?
Oh yeah. And it was like
no. He made weight for this one. He didn't make weight against the Brazilian guy. It probably was the one where he fell asleep because I know Oscar Valdez was.
He didn't make weight. I think he didn't make weight after he beat Oscar because that's what made him move up and drop the belts.
Yeah. This was the fight where people really thought it was a 50-50 fight and was going to be like Shakur's true test here because he was a unified champion in his own right, I believe, or there's maybe singular champ, but he just put on. This was the one where Shakur did the victory lap at the end of the fight.
Oscar was undefeated going into that fight with Shakur, and he's a knockout guy. He's under Canelo's camp with Eddie Reynoso, and that was a tough test for Shakur, and he was able to pass that shit with flying colors, dancing on him, pressing him, just fucking him up all game or all fucking fight. But I'm hyped to see Oscar Valdez get back in there because, okay, I was a big fan of Oscar for a while until leading up into that Shakur fight. I think he's nice.
I'm expecting a big KO here because Adam Lopez, his last fight, he got sparked. It was a decision, but he got sparked by Abraham Nova, who we saw get sparked by
he's fighting
Ramirez. Yeah, Adam Lopez. I just think he's on that. Like he's just kind of known to kind of get beat now. So I just think he's about to get. This is gonna be Oscar Valdez coming out. Little fuck Shakur Stevenson. He's not even my weight class no more. Type of party.
Yeah, get back on track.
Then our main event here. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I haven't watched none of the videos. I saw the face-offs today. I saw the little clips of them walking through the tunnels, talking shit about who's the dirty fighter. Yeah, that's all I've seen. But I know Kev being the drama man, he's probably been all in tune with it. But so I need y'all to let me know what's going on noise-wise. But this is Devin Haney versus Lomachenko for undisputed lightweight titles. All of them on the line. 135. Lomachenko coming off his win over Jermaine Ortiz. Haney coming off his double wins of George Kambosos. Let's get into it, boys.
That boy Haney talking that shit, man. Motherfucker, he said he called out Lomachenko 4 years ago. They tried to get the fight. But it wasn't an undisputed Devin Haney at the time. So Lomachenko kind of blew him off like, so what? Like, congratulate, fuck it. Keep it moving. And Lomachenko pursued other endeavors. And now Devin Haney has all the belts. Lomachenko is looking a little slower than it used to be. So Devin Haney's talking about something. Damn, I feel bad for him. He should have took the fight 4 years ago. Now he's fucked.
I want to point out, Devin Haney made Lomachenko pay $1 million for this fight.
What?
And Lomachenko paid it. And so to me, that is like one of the biggest signs where he thinks he can fool. Like people don't think he can win. Lomachenko thinks he can win. Otherwise, he wouldn't have accepted the terms and paid the $1 million. So to me, I just think that's one of the more crazier things coming into this fight. But also, moves, you're undisputed. You can do what you want to do. You want that fight. You looked over me.
I was about to say, I need some clarity. Like, Why the fuck did he just pay $1 million to fight somebody? Aren't you supposed to get paid millions of dollars to do the fighting?
When was that?
I'm about to pull it up because I read it on Twitter.
So is it like a way to like bargain? Like, yo, don't fight that dude. Fight me. Here go an extra. I'll throw an extra $1 million on it. Here you go.
While I'm looking into, while I pull it up real quick, y'all continue to talk the fight.
Marcus, man, what you peep? You seen the face-offs and shit?
Yeah, I did, bro. It's crazy that this fight is finally here, man. Because I remember when Devin Haney was calling out Loma, but when Devin Haney was called the paper or the email when he was still holding the email WBC belt, and Loma didn't want to fight him. I don't want to say duck, but he didn't want to fight. He was Devin Haney was a mandatory, but
I think
he was a mandatory, but then the WBC created like a whole new belt. Actually, I think that's how Devin Haney got his WBC belt because of Lomachenko moving up. Or not moving up, but they gave him the franchise or the diamond belt.
He got the franchise belt
to fight Teofimo.
Yeah, and so then they emailed Devin Haney like, "Oh, here's your WBC belt because you're the mandatory."
Yeah, that's just straight. I thought they vacated it or something.
I'm glad Devin Haney is past that though, because that shit was bad. That email champ shit, that shit was bad, boy. But he's past that. I think Devin Haney is becoming a better fighter. Dude's getting more mature. But I'm worried about the experience, man, of Loma.
I'm worried that I'm riding with my dog Devin Haney, but like I'm worried that Loma has something arsenal, like Loma has something that we not seeing. Because that last fight against Kambosos, that stiff jab, that's when I realized like, oh, Devin Haney only improving every fight. But Lomachenko's saying that maybe he might went back to that Ukrainian dance class or something, got his footwork back right. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, he's looking like, because even while he's talking like there should only be one champion. I don't even like the whole 4 belt bullshit anyways. Like there should only how is there that many champions in one weight class? He coming to fuck shit up, and he really coming with a mindset that like, I'm not old, I'm not washed, I'm not slow. I'm here.
He's underdog.
So they got me with Butt Crack Sports. They hit me with one of the fake headlines.
Damn, boy, got butt crack, huh?
Damn. We should have where the fart noise at? We gotta be like, you got butt crack.
I got booty sources, bro.
Hey man, all right, but one thing I was gonna say about Haney, our boy has to come. First of all, I want to go back to that one clip when he's talking about Lomachenko fighting dirty in the inside. I'm like, bro, what? That shit crazy. First of all, you saying that you can't fight in the inside.
That's what it sounded like to me. So, okay, thank you, Marcus. That's what it sounded like to me when he started saying all that shit. That you just don't know how to fight.
And then when you really watch Loma's fight, bro, he doesn't fight dirty really in the inside. He's just a smart ass inside fighter. He's working them angles and he's able to get punches off on the break. Like that's not dirty, bro. Like that. I mean, go watch other fighters. There's a lot more dirtier, grimier inside fighters than that. So like, I don't know if that was the best. I don't know if he was trying to sell the fight or if he was like being genuine in that moment. But I was kind of like, damn, Haney, I fuck with you, but like, don't be doing all of that. Like, I want to see Haney fight in the inside because I think Loma's gonna press the fight. I think he's gonna come at him. I think he's gonna try to be doing the working his angles and fighting on the inside and trying to get past and like under Haney's jab and trying to get past his Haney. So Haney's gonna have to be forced to work in the inside.
One thing that Haney also he doesn't. Oh, my bad, Kev.
Hold on, keep go what you're saying.
I was saying one thing that Haney has an issue with, not issue, but one thing that he doesn't have experience with. He hasn't had high level southpaw fighters. He hasn't had much experience with anyone at that, like especially at Loma's level. But he doesn't really have anyone under the lights that you can really go back and be like, oh, he looked good against this southpaw fight. Like Jojo Diaz kind of gave him a little bit of trouble. He didn't look as great as he should have been. Like southpaw fighters, I'm not saying gives him the biggest trouble, but especially Loma's level. Haney doesn't have that experience, so that's gonna be something else I want to see into this fight. Just like southpaw versus orthodox. Loma, best southpaw in the game, especially at 135. Haney's gonna be great at the distance and control. That's his thing, controlling the distance with his jab. But Loma's seen orthodox jabs his whole career, and he knows how to work it. Like he kind of said, like all all he has is a jab, and kind of like how Tank said Garcia, all he has is a left hook. He's seen this shit his whole career. He knows how to get on the inside. He knows how. Like I think his feints are gonna be a big play into this game also because Loma is one of the best has one of the best feints also at 135. So like he'll be able to, I think, create some openings that doesn't allow Haney to clinch, allow Haney to do because Haney loves to throw the 1-2 clinch, 1-2 clinch, and Loma's gonna do his best to not allow that to happen. And Loma's footwork, his feints, and this his experience fighting orthodox fighters versus Haney fighting southpaw fighters. I think is gonna be playing big roles in this fight.
That boy Haney is going to be hitting that one coming from the southpaw stance. They're going to be touching jabs all fight. Watch that. They're going to be touching jabs. And that boy Haney, Loma is going to be hitting that, right pivot. Like, that boy's going to be going towards, like, Haney's jab hand. Like, he's, I don't even know how to explain it. But
I think
Loma's going to be getting under that jab, and he's going to be breaking around and going, like, doing those half turns on Haney, and I think that's why I want to see Haney working in the inside, bro. I can't wait for that shit. And also, I feel like you go back to the Teofimo Lomachenko fight. What did Teofimo do in the beginning of the fight? Pop the fuck out of Loma, man. He hurt him. I mean, if he didn't hurt him, he earned his respect. Loma had to respect that power, and that's what Teofimo got up on the cards, and like. Loma wasn't able to really turn it up until the second half of the fight, but that was because of Teofimo's power and Teofimo able to box and be able to like use his power to his advantage and his size. So like I want to see Haney come out in the beginning of the fight I think he needs to put the gas on the pedal, and I think he needs to demand respect from Loma. Like he got to show Loma like, all right, man, like y'all be climbing my power. Like I might not knock you out, but I'm gonna hit you with a straight right hand down the pipe because you a southpaw. So like, I want to see him. Now I'm not saying hurt Loma early, but I want to see Haney put it on early. And also, it's gonna be interesting when that big gets to the later rounds, man, because Loma put it on Teofimo. So is Haney gonna be able to keep up with that same high level? You know what I'm saying? So that shit's gonna be a chess match, bro. I can't wait for that.
I think this might end up being probably one of the most high IQ fights I've ever seen. I haven't seen as many fights as y'all boys, but like when it comes to boxing, I think this is going to be a high IQ. Who's going to be Who's going to be able to adapt? Who's going to be able to find the corners, find the angles? Who's going to be able to stay, keep under pressure, and who's going to be able to keep their cardio right? And one thing I will say about Devin Haney is that his weight cuts look brutal. Like them bitches look like he's really sucked up. But he does not ever look slow during the fight.
He be gaining a lot of weight though. Once after the weigh-ins, he be weighing like 150, 140. Like he be weighing a good amount after the weigh-in. And there's no rehydration clause and none of that shit.
That boy be eating his rice and beans.
Hell yeah! But either way, like he's naturally so much bigger than
Loma's already a smaller 135er. He can never move up in weight class, and Haney's is bigger 135er naturally. So it is like the smaller guy versus the bigger guy.
Haney's gonna be a natural like 147 in the future.
One thing I will pose a question, because both of these guys, their father plays a big role in their camps. Bill Haney and Loma's father, both of them are very crucial for who these guys are.
Legendary trainers.
Who do you think has the edge dad-wise? Is Loma's dad trainer a little better? Like, who do you think has that edge in their corner better?
I would actually say 50-50. I think Bill Haney's just so smart, business and like boxing wise, versus like Loma, whose dad is just old school, probably smart. Yeah, these motherfuckers make these motherfuckers do brain games, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's different.
Boy said brain games.
I shit you not. I be looking at these smart. I'm like, this is some east side of the world type
That
shit.
boy playing tic-tac-toe with a blindfold on and shit.
I think it might be
Nah, but
Loma's dad
I,
though. What's up, Mark?
I think it's Loma's dad because of maybe the background and the Olympic background. He got 2 gold medals. He got the unified belts. Like, so they've been through a lot. But Bill Haney, for where he comes from, which I think he might have boxed like maybe when he was a jet or something, but I don't think he was like a real like actual like boxer. But Bill Haney actually got his boy right, man. And I think their connection, that's probably one of the best father son duos in boxing is Bill and Devin.
Just compare that shit to like a Roy Jones and his dad type shit. Like that shit is tragic.
When Loma, like I feel like Loma's dad, like you said, the boxing pedigree. I just feel like he in the corner can keep things control, keep things in the game, so keep change on the fly if he has to. Whereas Bill Haney's more of like he's great coach in the corner run, but like he's also like in the face offs and he's able to play the mind games. He could control the room, which can whenever you're fighting fighters that aren't used to that big lights, having someone in your corner that's keeping them boys shook on the like this control the room on their ass kind of like plays really good into mental warfare and stuff. Whereas with Loma, who I just feel like is a businessman when it comes to boxing, that like none of that outside noise is ever going to affect him. So I just feel like in this fight in particular, I think Loma has this edge with his dad as the coach.
Oh, man.
I guess respect that.
And
that was a great question.
The last thing before I want to point out before we make our official picks is the ref for this fight, I believe, was supposed to be Tony Weeks, but because of that controversial ending and last week, I think he got taken off, and it's going to be Harvey Dock. And Harvey Dock, last time we saw him was Plant versus Durrell, which was a very chippy fight. They were doing some dirty shit on the inside.
Okay. I thought you said
Harvey
Plant
Dock did a great
Benavidez.
job on separating them constantly. He didn't allow that clinch shit to last for no more than a split second. So I do think I'm just pointing that out because if Haney does clinch, I do think we have a ref that will break it up a lot quicker than some other refs.
Facts. I think if Haney's going to start clinching, I think Loma's going to be able to take advantage of that too. No cap.
It's a close fight in the odds. Haney is what? Minus 270. Loma is plus 205. On the picks on Tapology, there's 270 votes. 75% pick Haney, 25% Loma. Now we go to us. Make our official picks for this fight.
Let it loose, boys.
Man, you already know who we got. We got the youngest undisputed champion ever. Former email champion. They probably got to throw that in there too. But how many people have been undisputed and email champion at the same time? I'm just saying, man. My boy Devin Haney, he's coming through. I think he has a game plan. I think he's faster than Loma, and I think he's coming with a mindset of, yo, I'm undisputed, and I'm staying undisputed till I go up. So I'm taking my dog, Devin Haney, son of the legendary Bill Haney, grandson, great grandson of Haney the Conqueror from back in the day.
All right, I'll make it spicy, bro. I'm going with Loma. I know how I felt about him after the Jermaine Ortiz fight, but one thing I will point out with the difference between Jermaine Ortiz and Haney as opponents, Jermaine Ortiz is known for fast hands on the inside that will throw 4 or 5 combos. Devin Haney's going to only throw 1 or 2. And I just think it's an easier game plan, something that he knows that's all he got really is the jab. And maybe Marcus, I think, made a good point. If Haney can impose his pressure and actually control it with power, maybe Loma's in for a very tough night but I don't think Haney has the power. We call him pillow hands for a reason. I just don't think Loma's really going to respect it, and his feints are going to play a big role. His footwork's going to play a big role. And if you look back at the second Kambosos Haney fight, remember the first 2 rounds or 3 rounds where Kambosos was moving his head a lot, dancing and shit? And those first couple rounds, Kambosos was looking real good. it was looking like a really good. But then Kambosos got tired and his footwork was gone, and then he was just standing in front of Haney to get his head jab.
Then he started bleeding.
Yeah,
started
so
sucking on his own blood.
Loma can do that for 12 rounds, I think, still, and he's known to take over second halves of fights. Haney, we'll see. I just think this experience, him having the experience against orthodox fighters, Haney hasn't really seen a southpaw, especially at Loma's level. I just think people were just writing off Loma, and I was someone who was writing off Loma after that Ortiz fight, but Ortiz and Haney are two different fighters and two different game plans, and they say styles make fights, and I really think Loma can come out and shock the world here. And let's not forget, Haney was just email champion that no one was respecting. He beat a George Kambosos. Do you not think Loma would have boxed the head off of Kambosos both times also? He could have been undisputed champion right now, and we would be talking about, he's going up against his email champion Haney. Who the fuck is on his resume? Kambosos is a decent name on the resume, but he's no world beater. Let's just be honest with ourselves. And I feel like the name of Devin Haney has been kind of a little overhyped after those couple wins. Well, they're good wins, but he still hasn't beat a world beater. And if he beats Loma, he has. But I'm going with Loma here.
ET time. This one took me a minute, man. I was leaning Haney all the way up until this week. I was all Haney. I thought Haney. I believe in Haney. I believe in his skills. I think he's gotten better. But that's a good point that you brought up with the George Kambosos shit. Like, he did get his belt. Like Teofimo took his belts from Lomachenko, and then I feel like Teofimo got mentally fucked up where George Kambosos was able to slide in there and kind of steal the belts. Not putting anything down on George, but I think it would have took Haney a different route to get those belts than what it really took. But I don't know, man. I think the experience is going to play a big part for Lomachenko. I think he's going to be able to not allow Haney to put pressure, or I think he's going to be putting more pressure on Haney than Haney is putting pressure on him, and just working the angles and like you said, taking over that second half of the fight, man. He's going to have to get under that jab. Haney's going to have to be firing off that right hand because Lomachenko's southpaw, that shit's going to be right there for a straight right hand from Haney. But I don't know, man. I think just maybe the experience and Loma being hungry for his 4 belts again. It's different when Lomachenko got that goal in his mind. That boy gets that shit done. So, but I'll give Haney all the credit in the world, man, because I wouldn't even really hate on anything if Loma doesn't win. If Haney's out there and he's boxing his head off, the boy's looking clean, he's putting pressure, that's not going to surprise me at all, for real. But I do think Lomachenko is going to pull it out just due to experience. And I don't know if Haney, not saying who's better, Haney or Teofimo, but I don't know if Haney's going to be able to put the same type of game plan that Teofimo was able to have. That boxer puncher type vibe. I don't know.
I feel that. I'm glad I'm the only Devin Haney fan, so that means I get to talk the most shit after this fight. But if Loma wins, gets all his belt back, looks fucking awesome, jumps in the fountain, used the time machine, got all the rest away, where do you rank him in the pound for pound? Is he top 10 again? Because Devin Haney is top 10.
I think Lomachenko, it depends. People still got him in the top 10. I don't know if he's in he got to be somewhere right there, but I think if he definitely gets his belts back at 30, 34, 35 years old, he's definitely got to be a top 5, maybe even top 3. Man, I don't know. It really depends how.
I'll put him in the top 10 just because he's a true lightweight. He's not he's not a 140er masquerading as a 135er. He's a 135er, and the thing is pound for pound. And it's this man's a little guy that's he's able to fight some of these bigger guys in his weight class. And that's if he beats Haney. If he loses to Haney, no, I don't think he should be on the list. But also, vice versa, if Haney beats Loma, I think he deserves, and both of them I think deserve the 7 to 10 spot.
Yeah. Who's getting taken out? Tank getting taken out off. Tank was only there for a month.
Tank was never on, man.
It depends who.
He's in there, man. I checked the stats.
That pound for pound list is so messy, bro. There's so many guys that's gonna be left out. That shit crazy, but
As long as Charlo, I'm not tripping.
Whose resume would be better, Devin Haney or Tank? If Devin Haney wins this fight, gotta be Haney.
Haney, just because of what also is implied with like Undisputed and like
Ryan Garcia.
I guess he would.
Ryan Garcia, Lomachenko.
Yeah, I ain't trying to say it like that.
And then it might be Ryan Garcia and like George Kambosos. But then there's also like undisputed George Kambosos on the resume though.
Like, can George Kambosos beat Ryan Garcia? I think.
Well, they're not the same weight class.
No, they is. I mean, Ryan's going up at least. I mean, yeah. But at 135, if they fought at 135,
and he did miss weight against Haney. Art of deception.
Enough of these fucking hypotheticals. All right, we made our picks. And do you want to throw in a little spiciness? Are y'all making like calling a KO or a decision? Throw a little pizzazz on you?
Nah, that bitch going 12.
All 12?
Yeah, that bitch might go 13. They might say, hey, fuck it, throw another round in this motherfucker.
Going 12.
That boy, Loma, 11th round liver shot KO.
Oh my gosh, you disgust me. I hope you bet that too. Please bet your house.
You're going to get on the inside. He's going to be like,
if he drops Haney, that boy is top 5 pound for pound.
See, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is one of those situations where you would talk about something. If he drops Haney, I'm gonna go running. I'll go run a naked mile.
If I see Haney drop, boy, I might lose my shit.
I will really. I'm gonna be in Africa. No, I'm gonna still be in America for this fight. But like, I'm gonna. Who
was that one dude that Loma just put pause on?
Jermaine Ortiz.
Like Comey. No, there's another one that he was like almost knocked Jit out. I think it was Comey and he dropped him a couple times.
That was when he was still champ.
Nah, it was recent.
Yeah, Richard Comey. Is it a Comey?
Comey's been knocked out.
Kato Nakatani.
Yeah, the Nakatani knockout was nice too. So like, if we get some Lomachenko like that, I never really seen Haney's chin tested for real. Besides that, like little clip.
Didn't Linares cracked his silly ass?
But Linares also cracked Loma's ass.
Yeah, Loma got up though like nothing happened and started putting some paws on his ass.
Hey, unless
Devin Haney did the Dougie back to the corner like nothing happened.
He lucky Tony Weeks ain't there. That would have been that's a stop.
That boy was doing the stanky leg.
They lucky Tony Weeks wasn't there during Paris fights. That's a stoppage.
All right, boys. Pack your bags. Let's get on this flight. We're going to Dublin, Ireland, where we got the women throwing down. Katie Taylor versus Chantelle Cameron. We got the undisputed female super lightweight titles on the line. Katie Taylor versus Chantelle Cameron, both undefeated. This is going to be Katie Taylor's homecoming fight. It was supposed to be against Amanda Serrano in May. Then Serrano, I believe, had an injury, couldn't fight. So then, honestly, I think this is I know we want to see the Serrano-Taylor too. I mean, it was fight of the year for us last year. But this was the fight I think had to been made also. Like Chantelle Cameron coming off the big Jessica McCaskill win where she became undisputed at 140. And Katie Taylor, who's undisputed, the weight class right below her, 135, like time Katie Taylor can move up, go win another undisputed set of belts maybe, but like I think Chantelle Cameron's almost like the same version. Like it's Katie Taylor, just at a bigger weight class with a little bit more pop, just that's probably not as technical, but like this very similar fighter. So like this should be, I think, honestly, a fight of the year candidate if it goes down like how Serrano and then when it was that close.
This is gonna be a fun fight because she's getting her homecoming.
Can I be honest? I'm a real nigga. I'm wearing a Scarface shirt right now. But I wouldn't fight Chantelle Cameron. Like, how do you say her last name?
Chantelle Cameron?
Yeah, I'm not fighting Chantelle Cameron. She's a dog. She fucking shit up. And she fighting in the inside and she gonna brawl with you. And like, I feel like that's perfect for an island crowd.
Yeah, that crowd's gonna be lit, boy. I can't even imagine that shit.
She's a dog.
Bro,
And then the fact that
she went in there and fought Jessica McCaskill, who is another undisputed champion at her own right. And they fought for the vacant titles. And Jessica McCaskill is a world beater. Like she's, you don't get undisputed champion by accident. And she just boxed her fucking head off. Just made her look like a complete amateur. And I love Jessica McCaskill. Like she got the name Kill. I mean, the word Kill in her name. Like she's a fucking demon.
I got big.
I think this shit gonna be a low key a brawl.
Yeah, this fight is gonna be a fucking. I don't know what they say in Ireland, but we gonna call it a fucking fade. Like this shit is gonna be not. And then Eddie Hearn is interesting because he I guess he covers both of them. They're both matchroom fighters, so like you can't pick a side in this even slightly. But he's like, Katie Taylor is my favorite fighter ever. Is my favorite fighter, but Cameron is not nothing to play with. She's like a sprained ankle.
Yeah, I mean, Katie Taylor has a Olympic and amateur pedigree and shit. Like, she's boxed the greats. She's never been shy of a challenge, and like she just makes a lot of great fighters not look that great when she gets into the ring with them. Like it's just
she's tasting greatness.
Yeah, but like you said, Chantelle Cameron, I just think she's a carbon copy of her, just a little slower, but has more pop. Fight of the year, I really think, like, especially if Katie Taylor's bringing the same energy she had for the Serrano fight, and I think she will because it's in front of her crowd. Like, she's like, I really think this is gonna be a fight with a phone booth fight type of atmosphere.
Hell, fucking yeah! And it's interesting that they fought before, and I want to say I heard that they fought in the amateurs, and Katie Taylor got the dub. So like, that's a mindset thing. Like, you gotta come if you're Cameron, you gotta come with a mindset of like, yo. Fuck that. I'm not the same person I was back then. I'm coming to kill. And then Katie Taylor has to come in with a Kamaru Usman mindset on that. I got to show you that who you are and you not me.
Facts.
But she can't get a Kamaru Usman turnout. You feel me? She got to figure that part out. But this fight's going to be a banger. I like, I'm not going to lie to you, man. I don't. Do you think somebody might finish this fight? It might just go, or is it just going to be a 10 rounds all the way through fucking shit up?
Serrano, the Katie Taylor was almost not knocked out, but knocked down in the Serrano fight towards the end of the fight. But she gritted on her fucking mouthpiece, like caught herself with her foot and like saved herself from arguably maybe losing the fight if that would have been a 10-8 round. But does that mean that the chin might be a little? His chin's been tested now. Like the chin, like you get a little older, you get a little age. Like he's going to get. What's her name? Serrano's a featherweight. Like she's 2 weight classes below. Like now you're going up against someone above in weight class. That's a very real possibility. I think that is on the table. Like someone could get cracked, but like, are we still getting the same Taylor that's going to grit her mouthpiece and catch herself and not go down? Because then we might see 12 rounds.
I think the thing about Katie Taylor is that we're about to see her in her purest form. I feel like she's really about to give it everything she got in these motherfuckers because she knows that.
I think Katie Taylor's gonna win it. I think she's gonna win it decisively, low key.
I think she has to be smart.
It's gonna be schooling,
and I don't know about school, but I think she's gonna be the winner, clear, and I think she's just gonna be ready for that Serrano too, man.
I'm rocking with low key the underdog Chantelle Cameron. I just like she's just very identical. And if Katie Taylor's coming to brawl, I think Cameron's gonna land some of the heavier punches that are gonna wear and show, like. But also, it's in her home crowd, so like I would not be shocked if like the judging goes towards if it's a very close fight.
Oh yeah, the
judging's gonna sway towards Katie Taylor. Which
is the judging's gonna be on some fishy shit for sure.
If I fight in front of my home crowd people, bro, the judging better come go in my favor. That's all. I feel like damn sure should.
I think this shit comes down to you got to be a genius if you want to be Chantelle Cameron. You got to be a genius. You got to fight. You gotta watch Lomachenko highlights. You gotta get angles. You gotta turn corners. And one of my favorite things in the Serrano fight was that she was really slighting a lot of good punches just on some. She was backing up. She was circling she was never getting caught on the ropes. She was circling back to the middle. She just had good footwork. She stayed active. She didn't stop moving. And when she came up forward, she threw feints and she never really looked. She never telegraphed anything. So it's just like she has to come to this fight wanting to be a genius. If she can do that, she can win. Even her own coach said it. But if she comes in that bitch trying to brawl, trying to doubling that bitch up, oh, it's not gonna be a good one. It's not gonna. It might not even be a long one. It might go like 6 or 7.
It's gonna be a good fight though.
So
awesome fight. It's gonna be.
I got Cameron. Kev, you got Cameron too?
I got Katie Taylor.
Ah, damn. I guess I'm the lone wolf on this dog.
You know I like the pale. You know I like them pale.
Nah, but and also, I mean, even if Katie Taylor win or lose this fight, she's not losing any of her belts. Like she's fighting for Chantelle's belts. And if she loses the Serrano Katie Taylor 2 fight is still like next fight. It don't fucking matter in my opinion. Like lose.
That's pretty gangster when you think about it. She said, okay, I can't go down. Fuck it, I'm gonna go up. See me, nigga.
That's some real shit right there.
That's gangster.
We got a pair of great fights this weekend. We got Haney versus Lomachenko, Taylor versus Cameron. We got fucking both undisputed fights, actually. We got 8 belts on the line in main events this weekend. Don't forget
8 of them.
Don't forget to miss the top rank prelims and undercard. That shit is stacked with Abdullah Mason, Nico Ali Wash, Junto Nakatani, Andrew Maloney, Oscar Valdez co-main event. We get to see him since the Shakur loss, how he bounces back. So it's gonna be a great week of boxing, boys. It's been a great fucking day of talking it with y'all. As always, this has been the Totally Blitz podcast. These are your hosts. I'm Paul Pickleman of Contra, Kev, Street Fight Enthusiast Savoy, Marcus Primetime Penley. And if y'all didn't know, well, now y'all know, motherfuckers.